Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I have finished the journal, and now I'm kind of in between. So I decided to just sit down and paint, scribble, ponder about how I will start the next one. I have already kind of done the cover and decided which colors there is going to be on them. I have also made some kind of pages with scraps that maybe could be some background papers or some kind of pages. So I glued these on, so I'm going to sew on them and probably do some embroidery. But I'm kind of not sure at the moment how I will continue. So I'm taking a day or two to try to figure that out. So I just went for some dried plants and I'm started to draw. So that's about what's going to happen today. Not so much, but we can at least try to have some fun and still do something. So I just took this plant just as it was and pressed it down in a book. So now I'm here with these funny leaves that are a bit difficult to draw. But I think it's so good to try to do this. And try to talk at the same time. So I think I need to kind of not do it so much bigger. I might have to do something a bit from my imagination. To kind of finish it off. My paper isn't big enough for this one. Something like that maybe. It have taken a lot of time to learn to draw by looking at something, and I'm getting better. I can feel that now. I haven't done this for a while, and now when I took this, it kind of was much easier to just look at the leaves and draw them. I didn't have to kind of be exactly near the leaf. I had that feeling how I should do it. So that feels nice. So let's see if we can give this some color too. And maybe do some small swatches with the color on the side. Sometimes it's nice to just do things like this. You don't need to think so much. You can kind of just relax and just be in your drawing. I like to do this kind of practice. Kind of this to see the leaf, how it has bent, and get the feeling how I should draw it to make it look like it's bent the right way. And this was actually the first time that I really felt that I could do this without struggle. And that's nice. So let's see if we can find some color that is suitable for this. I need to move my colors. Again, I have put them upside down and then I get dizzy when I'm trying to find the right color. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of color first, and then we can go in and give it some shadows or something like that. Some differences in the colors. If it's needed. So go and pick a paper and play along with me. Do some exercise. Find a picture or go outside in your neighborhood or garden and find some leaves. And as I always say, it's not so important that you make some paintings that are so to say professional or perfect in that way. It's much more important to make memories with the color by painting. Painting memories is so much more fun than taking photos. And I can assure you that you won't forget if you have painted it. But if you just take a picture, it's much more easy to just forget about the weather and the details. Blending in a little bit more yellowish tone. Making it a little bit more orange. So I think this paper was a paper that had been coffee dyed or something like that. It doesn't soak up the water as an ordinary paper, so it has probably been wet earlier. There are some kind of pattern on it, but I'm not sure where they are coming from. Okay, I'm not going to do any more like this than this now. I can probably just scribble a little bit so it looks like we have the name of the colors. Then maybe later on can go in with some darker pens and do a bit of shadowing maybe. But we're leaving it for now to dry and move on to something else. This is also some kind of book page that I have done some painting on earlier. I need to take my sweater off, it turned hot. So for those of you that don't want to paint, go outside and take a leaf and put color on it. That way you don't need to think so much. So let's take some kind of brownish ink maybe. I don't know what's easier to get to stick to the leaf. I don't think it matters. Take what you have, watercolor or ink or even some watered down acrylic paint will work fine. Just so you get some paint on the edges. We are looking for some print. silhouette of the leaf. And if we can get some veins, that is kind of that little extra thing we can wish for. So, going to take my little tool and try to put this upside down. And take a paper and press it down. And hopefully we have a little pattern now to play with. This was also painted on earlier, so didn't get so nice print. Let's leave that to dry and do another one. Let's take one of the papers that wasn't painted and watered down earlier. See if we can get a bit of a better pattern on it. I'm still working on getting my craft room in order. I have still a lot of things to sort out and throw away and give away. But I'm taking one step at a time, and I think that I at least have it under control and know where everything is when it's on the way to something else. So I hope that will work. Okay, let's see if this can be a bit better. If we can get the paper to soak up the edges a little bit. I think so. But while it's still laying there, we can just do some marks around it. Just because it's fun and it's easy to do. So I'm just following the leaves. Don't need to do each and every step. It's the most important that we have the overall silhouette of it. Me and Nico was taking the car and went for a walk in a nearby forest today, and suddenly I realized that the moose hunting is starting this week, so there were hunters all over the forest. Typical me to forget about that, so we went back to the car and got home, and it was typical that I should forget and go out to the forest the 1 week of the year when they are having this hunt. So I hope we didn't disturb any mooses and we didn't get shot this time. But it was a bit exciting there. In the moment I realized that I was in the middle of a moose hunt, walking around. So now we need to stay home a few days and leave the mooses alone in the forest. I had a plan that I could go into the forest and pick some things to decorate for Christmas. We don't have a Christmas tree, so I just pick some branches and put in a bucket with some light on, and as it's going to be snow, I picked these quite early and put them in my outhouse, where it still are cold until it's time to take it inside and decorate for Christmas. But we need to do that another day when they don't hunt. It seems to be always this week when I realize that I need to do a lot of things in the forest. I like to have some moss and things to decorate my candle holders and things like that. But I don't think we get any snow yet. We have just had one snowfall. So like this it gets so easy to paint the leaves. You don't need to think so much about the shape and what you need to do and not need to do. Like that. Then we can just take maybe we could use the stamp I have with the dates on. So let's use this one. It's the last year I can use this one. I have had it for since 2013. So guess it's time to buy a new one. Try it on a scrap paper. Looks nice. October the 17th, 2024. Remember. I guess I need to use that a lot now. 2 months left. Okay, doesn't need to be so much more than this. So the other one, I did the same, did a relief around it, and we are going to put a little bit more ink on this print. And I think that we can maybe go in with a little bit of green, this one, just to get some differences on them. I'm taking sap green and a little bit of paints now, one like brown and a little bit of black to get a more dark greenish tone, olive-ish. I'm not painting everything, I'm leaving a little bit just want it to be a little bit loose. Try to get it straight. A little bit of scribbling. This one maybe will need some darker veins. Okay, something like that. Should we try to do one more? Put those aside to dry a bit. See if we have some paper we can do some more scribble on. Maybe this one. I'm filming this in real time, so it will take a while to do it. So if you don't like to see me draw everything on the leaf, you can just press fast forward. But I'm going to keep it in this way, so in case you want to follow my steps, you can do that. And the last one down here. And the same on the other side. And even if you try to write from a real leaf, it's still you that are doing the drawing, so you can do as much realistic you want. You can still use your fantasy and do something that is not on the leaf. If you maybe want to add another leaf, for say that this one has a double one instead, so it has another leaf coming out behind it. That's up to you to decide. If you would like that. These are a bit darker on the edge of the leaf. So I'm just scribbling in some of the veins a little. More. Don't need to sit and hold it. And then you can put the leaf laying on the table like this, and then you can see the shadows under it. Let's put it on top of that. So then it's easy to see how the shadows is falling onto the leaves. Let's say that we have it this way. And if you like to, then you can just do the shadowing under it. Maybe not that way. Where did my eraser go? I know it's here somewhere, same way as yesterday. I have it under my leaf, see? Oh, I'm happy that you really can see that this is a bit crazy. So I'm just giving it a little bit of shadowing down here like this. Just so I can see where I should maybe put some shadows later on. Something like that maybe. So I think I will stick to my neutrals. So a little bit of greenish into the brown. Then it's still kind of neutral. Concentrating, not speaking so much today. Then let's do a little really thin shadow. Very light grayish tone. And I'm not so good at shadows, so I can't tell you more than this. Look at your flower, put it a bit up like this, and look how it looks, and try to do something similar. I will need to work with this maybe 100 years before I get any good advice to give you. But we're having fun. That's what we are doing. So that's nice. Just some splatters because it's fun. Just doing 2 down here, I think. So let's go with a little bit of darker brownish tone. Put a little bit more of black in it so that it's kind of the shadow tone. And then we take the greenish. And then when this is dry, we can actually put this down beside it like this, so that we can see that it's this one we have painted. But I'm going to leave that to dry first, but then I'm going to add it onto the paper, and that way we can use it. So I hope you have painted with me and had some fun. I feel really relaxed now, and that's what we are looking for, so totally fine. So I'm a bit crazy, so I sometimes add a bit of text going along the stem on the flower like that. Simple and really easy and fun. Thank you for watching, and I will be back soon again. Bye bye from Sweden.